to Benfica, whom they beat last season in the same competition with the aid of Ian Rush.
Johnston. Whelan. Kennedy. And Rush. That was one of 47 goals Ian Rush scored for Liverpool last season, and since he also scored in the second leg in Lisbon, Benfica will be looking to contain him if they're to avoid their 5th defeat in 5 European Cup matches against Liverpool. But the return of Rush alone will not solve Liverpool's current form dilemma. Joe Fagan admits to a few sleepless nights, and after Saturday's bad dream against Everton, he applies medication to his midfield. Mark Lawrenson is pushed forward and Sammy Lee is recalled. Gary Gillespie comes in at the back for his European debut. Kenny Dalglish partners Rush up front. The players out, Molby, who is ineligible, and Robinson, who is among the substitutes, with Craig Johnston. As for Benfica, they sold Shalana to Bordeaux in the summer, but 9 of their team have played at Anfield before, and 4 of them figured with him in that joyful European Championship escapade. Goalkeeper Bento, left-back Alvaro, forward Diamantino, and the energetic midfield player Carlos Manuel, whose 2 goals put out Red Star Belgrade in the last round, and who also got the winner for Portugal against Czechoslovakia in a recent World Cup qualifier. Referee this evening, Marcel van Langenhoven of Belgium. Both his linesmen coming from that country. Well, Liverpool's most impressive performances of late came in the last European Cup round against Lech Poznan. What can they do here? Aimed at Rush. Benfica all in white. Turned on by Dalglish and offside. Benfica lost here 4-1 in 1978 when they were managed by John Mortimer, who is watching the match tonight. And they lost here to that Rush goal last season. Lee collected that well, Sammy Lee. Plenty of players forward here for Liverpool. This is Neil. Dalglish. Chipped across, Rush is coming in, and he was onside. To the consternation of Pietra, the fullback, who appeals in vain. Beautifully curled in, and the Dalglish-Rush combination promising much early on here. It was a beautiful ball. Rush came just at the right time to beat the offside trap, but failed to make contact. Dalglish, walk, and he'll set this up for Lee to shoot, and the flag's up now. I think Ian Rush may have been in an offside position there. The linesman flagged and then put it down again, which helps Liverpool enormously. Lee took the corner, and the flicked header was by Lawrenson, and the throw-out has got Liverpool in difficulties. It's Carlos Manuel, and they've got 2 on the far side, and Diamantino is coming in, and it will be retrieved by Jose Luis. Away by Neil. Pietra. Well, that was extraordinary. The clearance by Bento caught Liverpool completely unawares, and the break could have been ominous. Hansen tries to put Walk through. Bento has proved himself an eccentric goalkeeper in the past. 2 bad matches here, but he was quite useful in the championships in the summer. Pietra for Benfica. Kennedy, then it was Oliveira. Walk to Neil, and now Lawrenson. Gillespie. Hansen. Everybody back behind the ball for the Portuguese. Can Liverpool unlock the door? Not just then. They do have the throw. Lee into Dalglish. Good turn by Dalglish. Walks under that. Corner. Just wonder if the presence of Gillespie will help. This is Kennedy. Whelan's cross. Walks there. Straight at Bento. John Walk in the right place, but the goalkeeper didn't have to move. Oliveira, Lawrenson, Dalglish, Whelan, and Lawrenson again. And it still won't quite go through for Liverpool. Lee now. Neil. And Rush. That was a good turn. And when they start going in for Ian Rush, one of Liverpool's current dilemmas will be behind them. It's that ability to take a half chance or make it out of nearly nothing that was the hallmark of his game last season. So it's a nasty old night now for the supporters here, pouring with rain. Hansen. Dalglish. But it ran away from him. Vando. Manica. Lee. Walks made a good run through the centre. This is Dalglish and Rush has got a chance here. Good save by Bento. He read which way Rush was going to go. Manica. And that was a foul by Hansen. A very good save by Bento, because Rush was going to go to the left, to Bento's right that was, and the keeper read it perfectly. Shaw. Manica. Diamantino trying to get into the centre. That'll be a corner. Well, the tall Dane Manica would be the obvious target for the orthodox corner kick. Jose Luis is on the near post. Vando is just behind him. And here's Carlos Manuel. Really drove it. What a fine player he is, this fellow. And that's a free kick against Oliveira, and Liverpool will be looking to snatch something now at the end of this frustrating first half. Whelan on the far side, Walk further in, Rush also waiting for Lawrenson's kick. And that was Whelan. And Alvaro's clearance. And Lawrenson. And it didn't run. Walk, Rush! He's back with a goal. Just before half-time, Ian Rush scores his first since his comeback. Mark Lawrenson's presence important, his cross, John Walk's touch, Rush was onside, and that was a simple one for him, but it means so much to him and to Liverpool. What a relief for the Kop, for the Liverpool players. And it came in the last minute of the first half. And a relief too for the Liverpool manager Joe Fagan. Came at a very good time, the goal. And as if to echo those words, the cop declaring that Rush is back. The way they know him best. So that's the third consecutive match in which he scored against Benfica. Both legs last season, and again tonight. Carlos Manuel. So a happier mood prevails around Anfield as the half-time whistle goes. Liverpool have got the important opening goal, and there's an organisation called the Association of Football Statisticians who've come up with this one. Liverpool have never lost a match in which Ian Rush has scored. So maybe there's an omen there. 1-0 at half-time. We've seen the return of Ian Rush, and now we see the return of Liverpool's prodigal father. Craig Johnston has been in Australia for some 5 months while his daughter has been born. And his last match for Liverpool was in the European Cup final itself in Rome at the end of May. He's come on for John Walk, who has an Achilles injury. Benfica's players have changed their shirts at half-time. And they now play from left to right, a goal behind. Still this heavy rain and a bit of a gale blowing too now. Conditions certainly unfavourable, but it's the same for both sides, and Hansen gets it forward for Dalglish, and Rush thinks about trying to intercept. Diamantino is hovering. Gillespie will have to be sure. Diamantino. And Vando's coming in from the far side, and it's Diamantino. And a goal for Benfica. Gary Gillespie disconsolate. Benfica have equalised after 52 minutes, and this is how it happened. The surface water on the pitch seemed to catch Gillespie out. There was a slither there. Diamantino, though, look how he kept his cool. Grobbelaar committed himself. And it's 1-1, and that's the vital away goal that the Portuguese were after. The scorer, the international, Diamantino, 7 minutes after half-time. Gary Gillespie, on his European debut, doesn't need any words from me. Whelan. Liverpool have to start all over again now. Johnston. And Lawrence an offside against Johnson. It's a sweet piece of finishing that, for all the fingers that'll be pointed at Liverpool in defence. When the chance came, the angle at first wasn't very good. But good technique there by Diamantino. This time wasting of Benfica's has not pleased the referee. In fact, they're trying to get a substitute ready. Bastos Lopes preparing, but in the meantime, Dalglish with Neil going up on the right, Johnston in the inside right position, Whelan on to Rush. Good stop again by Bento. So fussed off his line, didn't give Rush anything to shoot at. And a substitution by Benfica. Samuel is the player limping off. He's pulled a muscle. And Bastos Lopes, who is a central defender, is therefore a straightforward replacement, number 13. So both teams have used one substitute, and unfortunately there's somebody on the pitch at the Kop end. Referee hasn't seen him, and play is going on with Johnston. And Johnston's shot is going wide. And the antics of the erring spectator, which we could do without, have been seen by the police. And Grobbelaar is going to make a dive here. Watch this. That's how to sort them out. Now, there's a problem here for Liverpool, which ought to be stated, disappointingly so. They've just been fined by UEFA for alleged misbehaviour at the European Cup final in Rome, £1,300. And if that incident, that one stupid fan, if that's caused the referee to mention it in his report, that could mean more trouble for Liverpool, the European Cup holders. Kennedy. Lee. Halfway through the second half, and the European champions being held at home by the champions of Portugal, who have an away goal in their favour. Lee. Lawrenson. Kennedy. Oh, he's given it away there. Manica. And a run on the left here. Carlos Manuel was taken by Gillespie. It's a free kick. But if Liverpool don't concentrate, they're going to start getting Vando through on that side. As it is, here's Alvaro. Coming out of the puddles on that far side. Carlos Manuel, hustled by Rush and by Lee. And Rush got it away from it. Johnston's through the middle now. Dalglish to his right, can he see him? Off Oliveira, corner. Second substitution by Benfica. Diamantino to go off and Tose to come on. Not always the best time to make a substitution when you're defending at a corner. We shall see what happens. It's away by Carlos Manuel. Neil. Well, there's plenty forward here for Gillespie to aim at. Lawrenson's in there with the header, and the bounce of the ball unpredictable sometimes now with the ground so soggy. Kennedy. Benfica have brought on another midfield player in Tose. Dalglish. Lee to Neil. And Dalglish. Johnston. And Bento coming a long way to punch. Knocked back in by Neil. Whelan. Whelan shot diverted into the back of the net. He's there again. Ian Rush. Oh, he smelled out the chance. Instinctive scoring. Bento shakes his head. Ian Rush gets his second. And Liverpool are back in front after 71 minutes. So Craig Johnston, the substitute, making an impact with the initial cross from the right. Bento came a long way for that to beat Rush. But when he fisted it out, the header back finds Whelan, and Rush sticks out a foot and diverts the ball into the corner. Jose Luis. Free kick. And Liverpool keen to get on with it. Lawrenson to Lee. 2-1 to Liverpool. Can they go further still? Kennedy. Johnston. Well, he's so sharp. Driven by Whelan, and look at Rush. Johnston. Forward by Kennedy. Ronnie Whelan onside. Rush is there again in the middle. Poor cross by Whelan. Well, this is developing now into some European Cup tie. Benfica, to their credit, never stopped going forward, even when they got the goal. And they can't stop going forward now, really, because the mood of the game is that they've played their best football coming at Liverpool. Manica, Vando. Challenged by Gillespie, who might be feeling rather better just now. Shaw. Hansen. Neil to Lee. Still Neil. And Lee again. Look at the puddles over there. It's almost impossible to get the ball to run. But Lee made something of it to Johnston. Another good cross from him. Rush is up there. Ronnie Whelan missed it. Rush! Yes! The hat-trick! But Benfica are appealing. Bento's come tearing out of goal to protest at the referee. The crowd are on the pitch as well, unfortunately, a few of them. And Ian Rush has scored a hat-trick. But the protest by the goalkeeper go on. It was Johnston's cross, and Ronnie Whelan jumping there. Was it a handball he was appealing for against Whelan? I think it was. Rush put it in the net, but hands against Whelan was Bento's appeal, and he went to the centre circle and carried on the protest for quite some time. That's 2 goals now that Benfica are unhappy with, the first and the third, but Rush has got all 3 for Liverpool, and Anfield is roaring again. 77 minutes, 3-1. Number 6, Carlos Manuel. Foul by Hansen. Now, needless to say, having got this 2-goal margin, Liverpool must guard against conceding one at the other end. And Jose Luis came in. It's a corner. Or is it? Less than 3 minutes on the watch, and a world of difference in European football between leading 3-1 and, say, 3-2 were Benfica to score again. With the second leg still to come, Liverpool must keep this 2-goal margin, if they possibly can. Jose Luis. Pietra. And Kennedy breaking for Liverpool. Possibilities here to his left. Instead it's Jose. Wando wanting to make a run from the far side. A foul given. Gillespie. Free kick then to Benfica. Carlos Manuel. Pietra. Dalglish. And Lee, and it's on for Johnston. Rushes in the centre. Dalglish just behind him. Deflection. Defender got there ahead of Rush this time. But he was lurking for number 4. And the ball in was vicious. Swept across by Craig Johnston. Lee. Sammy Lee got a crack on the head there. Manica. The referee may add on stoppage time because of the delays in taking goal kicks. Although, in fairness to Liverpool, it's Benfica who wasted time, and now Benfica who wouldn't mind the game going on if they've got a chance of getting a second, but just as likely as a Liverpool 4th. Kennedy. Lawrenson. Square is Hansen. Whelan's made a good run, and he's onside. Bento came out. Pietra. Liverpool are back in business on the European front. A 3-1 victory for the holders in this first leg. But the goal machine is back in working order, and how badly they needed him tonight. Moments when Benfica got back to 1-1, when Liverpool were, to say the least, rattled, but Ian Rush came along with 2 more. And bearing in mind, Liverpool have won all their away legs in Europe under Joe Fagan's management, you'd fancy them to go to Benfica, where they've won twice before, with that 3-1 lead. Benfica a little unhappy about a couple of the goals, especially the last one, but it's history now. The final score in the first leg at Anfield, Liverpool 3, Benfica 1.